Hey everyone, welcome back, and thank you for taking a few minutes to sit down with me today, because what is about to happen tomorrow morning could have a very real impact on millions of households across America, especially for those of you who depend on Social Security to keep the lights on, put food on the table, and cover essential bills that simply cannot wait. Tomorrow morning, millions of bank accounts across the country will light up with new deposits, and for some people, those deposits could reach or even exceed $2,400. That number alone is enough to grab attention, but what really matters is what most people do not realize about this payment batch. There are critical details that are not being clearly explained on the evening news or in those confusing letters from the Social Security Administration, and if you do not understand how this system works, you could end up miscalculating your finances, missing money you are legally entitled to, or panicking when your payment does not arrive on the day you expected. The Social Security Administration has officially confirmed that a new wave of payments is being released, but here is the reality that trips up millions of beneficiaries every single month. Not everyone gets paid on the same day. Social Security does not work like a traditional paycheck, and assuming that it does can lead to financial stress, bounced payments, late fees, and unnecessary anxiety. Understanding your exact payment schedule is the difference between feeling in control of your finances and feeling like the rug has been pulled out from under you. Right now, the Social Security Administration operates on a strict calendar system that is based on two main factors: your date of birth and when you first started receiving benefits. This system is not random, and it is not arbitrary. It has been carefully structured over decades to manage the enormous challenge of sending out more than 70 million payments every single month. That is 70 million individual lifelines going out to retirees, survivors, and people with disabilities, all calculated according to detailed rules and delivered on precise schedules. For the majority of beneficiaries, your birthday determines your payment date. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your payment arrives on the second Wednesday of each month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, your payment arrives on the third Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment comes on the fourth Wednesday. That single detail, the day you were born, controls when your money shows up. However, there is another group of beneficiaries that follows a completely different schedule. If you started receiving Social Security benefits before May of 1997, you are part of what is known as the legacy group. Your payments arrive on the third day of every month, regardless of your birthday. These long-term beneficiaries were grandfathered into the old system when Congress changed the payment structure back in 1987 to prevent banks from being overwhelmed by tens of millions of deposits hitting on the same day. Where things start to get really important is when we talk about payment amounts. The deposits arriving tomorrow are not just standard monthly checks for everyone. Some people will see higher than normal deposits, and that is where confusion, misinformation, and even fear start spreading. When people see a larger amount than expected, they worry that a mistake has been made, or that the government will ask for the money back later. In many cases, the opposite is true. That money may be something you are rightfully owed. The average Social Security retirement benefit in 2025 sits at around $1,760 per month for individual retirees. That is the middle of the range, not the minimum and not the maximum. But the system allows for much higher payments depending on your work history, when you claimed benefits, and whether additional adjustments apply. Someone who worked for at least 35 years, at or above the maximum taxable earnings limit and delayed claiming until age 70 could receive close to $4,900 per month. Most people do not receive that amount, and that is completely normal, but it shows how wide the range can be. What makes this payment cycle stand out is the possibility of supplemental payments being included. These can come from cost of living adjustments, back payments due to corrections, SSI payments, or recalculations that finally caught up in the system. Over time, these additions can stack up and result in deposits that are hundreds or even thousands of dollars higher than usual. Cost of living adjustments play a major role here. For 2025, Social Security benefits received a 2.5% increase. That may not sound dramatic, but over the course of a year, even a modest increase adds up. For someone receiving $1,800 per month, that adjustment translates to roughly $540 more per year. And when COLA adjustments are applied late or corrected after an error, The Social Security Administration issues back payments to make up the difference, often with little warning beyond a letter that arrives after the money hits your account. Another major source of unexpected increases is Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. SSI is a needs-based program designed for people with limited income and resources, and it operates separately from Social Security retirement benefits. In 2025, the federal SSI payment is around $943 per month for an individual. Some people qualify for both Social Security and SSI, and when payment schedules overlap or shift due to weekends and holidays, those payments can arrive together, creating a much larger deposit than expected. Taxes are another factor that many beneficiaries do not fully understand until it is too late. Depending on your total income, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits may be considered taxable income. That does not mean you lose 85% of your check, but it does mean that a portion of it could be subject to federal income tax. Knowing the income thresholds and planning accordingly can prevent nasty surprises when tax season rolls around. There are also rules that can reduce benefits for certain people, including the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. These affect individuals who receive pensions from work where Social Security taxes were not paid, such as certain government or public sector jobs. These rules are complex, often poorly explained, and can significantly reduce expected benefits if you are not aware of them ahead of time. One of the most misunderstood aspects of Social Security is the difference between your primary insurance amount and your actual benefit. Your primary insurance amount is what you would receive at full retirement age, which is 67 for most people today. Claiming early can permanently reduce your benefit, while delaying up to age 70 increases it through delayed retirement credits. That decision alone can mean a difference of more than $1,000 per month for life. Even after you start receiving benefits, your payment can still change. If you work while collecting Social Security before reaching full retirement age and exceed the earnings limit, some benefits may be temporarily withheld. But those benefits are not lost. Once you reach full retirement age, your monthly payment is recalculated to account for the months when benefits were withheld, resulting in a higher payment going forward. Errors in earnings records are another hidden issue that affects more people than you might think. Missing or incorrect earnings data can lower your benefit, sometimes for years, until the error is corrected. When the Social Security Administration updates your record, it may issue adjustment payments that significantly boost your deposit. Survivor benefits add yet another layer of complexity. Widows and widowers may be entitled to benefits based on a deceased spouse's earnings record, and in some cases, switching between survivor benefits and retirement benefits can increase monthly income. Many people never realize they have this option. Medicare premiums also affect what actually lands in your bank account. Part B and Part D premiums are typically deducted directly from your Social Security payment. Income-related adjustments can raise those premiums significantly, but appeals are possible if your income situation has changed. At the end of the day, tomorrow's payment batch is about more than just numbers on a screen. It represents decades of work, contributions made with every paycheck, and a promise that those contributions would be there when you needed them. Checking your account, understanding your payment schedule, and knowing what affects your benefit amount are essential steps in protecting your financial stability. So tomorrow, take a moment to review your deposit carefully. Make sure the amount matches what you expect. If something looks off, do not ignore it. This is your money, earned over a lifetime of work, and you have every right to make sure you are receiving every dollar you are entitled to. And if this breakdown helped bring some clarity to a confusing system, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need this information too.